Today we're talking about rigging the PowerTeam Lures 6-stick. Now the 6-stick is a really unique bait in the fact that it's almost like a stick style bait, but it's got a square core with round rings around it, and rigging it because of that square core is the trick to getting the action out of it. Now when you're rigging with a wacky jig head like this one here, and I'm going to hold that up for you, that is a weighted wacky jig head, and this is a 1/8. You can use a 3/32 up to 3/8 depending how deep you're fishing. The deeper or the faster you want the bait to fall, the heavier of a weight you're going to use. The slower or the shallower you're fishing, the lighter the weight. Now the trick when rigging a bait like this that has a square core on it is you got to line up the corner and go through the top. Now there's an egg sac in the center, so you're going to go right through the top and come right out through the opposite corner of the square. Now it's going to look weird to you when you hook it, but what it's going to do is when it falls, the weight is actually going to hang down. And what that's going to do is going to drag this bait down so that the water is hitting the corner of the bait and cause it to swing like it's in a hammock on the way down. And when you flip it and twitch it, the bait will flip over like this, which is dinner bell. It's actually a smoke with blue and purple fleck on one side and almost like an iridescent pearl white on the other. It'll actually look like the belly of a dying minnow. So when you pull and twitch it, it'll flip up, the belly will go downwards, and when you let it go, the belly will turn over just like a dying minnow and it'll sink slowly to the bottom. So that's one way to rig the 6-stick. Another way you can rig it is Texas rigging. And Texas rigging is involved using a hook like this. It's a Texas rig hook, it's got a 90-degree bend on the neck, and you could do this weightless and twitch it along the surface. So when you take a bait like this, what you're going to do is go in through the head, you're going to come down about 1/4 inch and come out the side. You're going to bring the bait down, up the hook shank and to the top, and you're going to line up where the hook meets the bait. When you figure out where it is, I put my finger there to mark it, and I stick it right through. And basically I'm texposing. So what that means is I've got my hook exposed right now. If you're in clear water, you can leave it exposed. If not, and you've got a bit of weed cover, you can simply pull the bait back and just bury the tip of that right into the hook. And that's Texas rigging weightless. Now if you're flipping and you want to get it down to the bottom, you can rig it the exact same way, except you can do it with a tungsten weight. A small one is all you need. 3/32 up to 1/4, and it'll work that bait down, and you can use it just like you'd use a Texas rigged worm. And the last way to rig the 6-stick, which has been working really well, is wacky rigging when you're drop shotting. And that's a pretty simple technique. All you're going to do is get your drop shot hook, which is on your line. I'm going to pull one out here. Now, a drop shot hook, you want something round with a short shank. That's a great drop shot hook for this style of bait. And what you do with it is you actually take it and you would hook it right in the middle of the egg sac like that. So the bait is going to hang just like that, sagging downwards. But when you put it in the water on the drop shot, you've got your weight anywhere from 8 inches to 24 inches below. The bait will actually do the hammock fall nice and slow, but when you twitch it, this bait will go like this, it'll pulse. So you'll get the bait to pulse on the way in, pull it up, you could shake it, get the bait to vibrate in its spot, and hold that in front of the face of a finicky fish. All great techniques for using the 6-stick, and this bait has won me a ton of money this year. It's very versatile, it catches fish, and you wouldn't think a smallmouth would want to chomp on a 5-inch bait. They swallow it right down to the bottom of their mouth. Your hook sizes for these presentations and these rigging techniques, we're going to start off with the wacky jig head. They come set in standard. Usually it's a size 1 or a size 1/0 hook that's in that weighted jig head, and there's several companies that make them. The more important thing when you're wacky rigging with that weighted jig head is the weight. So 3/32, 1/16 is really good, an 1/8 is really good. It just depends. The deeper you are, the heavier the weight. The shallower, the lighter the weight, or the slower you want it to fall. When I'm Texas rigging, if I'm fine wiring, I'm going clear water, I'm doing a little bit of fluoro or mono, or I want to work clear water situations and Texas rig it, I'm going to use a fine wire hook in a 3/0 or a 4/0. If I'm going heavy cover and I want to flip and use braid, I'm going to go up to a heavy 2X hook. I'm going to use a 4/0, 5/0, and you can even get away with a 6/0 hook because the 6-stick is 5 inches long and it's solid. Now, when you're drop shotting, my number 1 hook is going to be a 1/0 octopus style hook. I use the Wacky hook. It's a Wacky hook from Eagle Claw. 1/0, you can go up to a 2/0 if you're fishing buckets, and you need a good stiff hook if you're going to be forcing the fish to the boat. So those are your 3 rigging options. So whether you're weightless Texas rig with a small tungsten, drop shot, or on a wacky weighted jig head, you know what sizes to use and how to rig them. So there you have it. There's no doubt in my mind that the actual 6-stick from PowerTeam Lures is an incredibly versatile bait. Whether your fish are on the surface, suspended, or on the bottom, there's a way to rig it and a way to catch them. This bait is very effective in all water clarities, the scent is built into it, and it's a killer on the water. Check them out.